Do you guys know what the word theory means? According to Google, it's a system of ideas intended to explain something. And no matter how entertaining the ideas of an anime theory may seem, there is always a chance that it doesn't happen, just because the author doesn't want it to. In my previous video, I had some pretty wild and entertaining ideas about how things might go. And today, I've got another route that Isayama might take. Get cozy, because we're about to dive into one of the amazing realms of possibilities in Attack on Titan. But before we get into it, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And press the bell icon for more future anime content. Okay, to kick things off, I recommend you watch the video of the 3 timeline theory first. It'll make understanding today's theory a lot easier, as it's very similar to that one. The one major difference is that Eren is actually stuck in these timelines, almost as if they're dreams. This theory is more accurately known as the dream theory. And there aren't 3 timelines, there could be hundreds of them. So, where do the fundamentals of this idea come from? Well, it basically comes from analyzing Eren's actions. In the end, what drives Eren to do what he wants? The answer is actually quite simple. What drives Eren is his lust for freedom. From time to time, we see Eren mentioning how he fights only for freedom on different occasions. Over time, it becomes slightly less and less obvious what he means by freedom. He constantly has the viewers wondering what his philosophical definition of freedom is. In the See You Later timeline, Eren simply abandons the war to live his last few years with Mikasa. Was that Eren's freedom? To simply live the rest of his life with a lover? However, after this timeline ends, the manga timeline begins. In the manga timeline, Eren fights the war and ends up being killed by Mikasa. His actions in these 2 timelines beg the question, what does Eren really mean by obtaining freedom? We know that in each timeline there is one thing that never changes, and that's the fact that Eren is driven by freedom. But how come he ends up doing things differently in each timeline? And this is where Eren's subconscious definition of freedom comes in. According to Eren, freedom doesn't mean winning some war or living his life with Mikasa in peace. To Eren, freedom is his escape from this time loop that he's stuck in. In the See You Later timeline, Eren spends the last 4 years of his life with Mikasa and dies. After dying, he wakes up in the manga timeline, and in the manga timeline, he dies at the hands of Mikasa. Each time Eren dies, the timeline is reset. This sends Eren back to the first episode, where we see him wake up and wonder why Mikasa's hair is short. By constantly having memories about how things will play out in each timeline, Eren tries to do things differently each time in hopes of escaping this curse. Also, let's not forget that chapter 138 of the manga is literally named A Long Dream. It's the exact same chapter where Eren dies at the hands of Mikasa, and where Eren is also shown dying in the See You Later timeline. There is a good chance that the name of this chapter simply implies how Eren's death triggers the never-ending loop. And since this causes Eren to enter a new timeline, these memories have become nothing more than bad dreams. Now, we don't know for sure what Eren will have to do to end the cycle of timelines and obtain his freedom. It could be that he needs to successfully execute the rumbling, but I'm pretty sure how Eren is going to go about it. And Eren is going to use the butterfly effect theory. If you're a Steins Gate fan, you know how this theory works. According to the butterfly effect, even the smallest change in one timeline can create a huge difference in the future of that timeline. A real-life example of this would be the accidental discovery of antibiotics by Alexander Fleming. Antibiotics would later end up saving countless lives, including that of Winston Churchill. And had Winston not been alive to stand up to Hitler, we would have been a very different future right now. My point is that the simple act of accidentally studying a molded petri dish has made us exist in a completely different reality. The 3 timelines of Attack on Titan aren't that different from each other. The reason? It's because Eren is actively trying to tweak the little thing in each new time loop. He knows that to obtain his freedom, the only way to make a major change in each timeline is to tweak something small. And Eren is going to have to keep tweaking these minor things to eventually obtain his freedom. What are these minor things? We don't really know for sure. It could be something that's about to happen in the anime. It could be something that has already happened in the anime. In the See You Later timeline, Mikasa's confession to Eren is one thing that happens differently from the manga. However, Eren could have done some other thing in the See You Later timeline that caused Mikasa to answer differently from the manga timeline. In the end, only time will tell what Eren will do to change the timeline of the anime. Remember how I said in the beginning that there could be hundreds of other dreams? Well, that's because there is a chance that what Eren does in this timeline might not set him free from the time loop. Maybe in the ending, Eren will just realize how the time loop is basically inescapable. There's also the possibility that the whole fandom is just overthinking the situation. Maybe there really weren't any timelines in the first place. Maybe Isayama really just wants to hurt the fandom as he said. What will actually happen? In the end, only Isayama and time will tell. Well guys, that's it for this video. The number of possible ways the ending could go is driving my mind crazy. And even if the anime's original ending doesn't happen, don't worry. I'm sure there's a timeline out there in the infinite number of potential universes where the anime's original ending does take place. I just pray to God that this is that timeline. If you like Attack on Titan and AOE videos, click on one of these videos. I'm sure you'll find it interesting. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and press the bell icon if you enjoyed the content to show your support. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.